have heard so much about the house of Nihilo that I said, you know what? I'm gonna dive all the way into this house. And guess what? I ordered not one, not two, not three, but 8 samples from this house of 8 different scents. So we're gonna talk about it today because I have some thoughts about this house and I tell you all what is actually full bottle worthy or not. Let's get on into it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. These are Maria here. Yes, we're doing a sampling series video, a brand overview, shall we say, of the house of Nihilo. This is a Parisian brand from my understanding, and they do kind of ethereal, chic type of scents, kind of signature scent worthy type of fragrances. That's kind of what I've been getting from their profiles. To me, they do a lot of transparent woods and things, light and airy, but still impactful. Very fascinating how they do that and impressive. I must say that truly niche perfume brand. I gotta give them credit on that. But alas, lipstick of the day today, everyone. I am rocking out, this is new by the way, it's Maiden Voyage. This is from Fenty Beauty. This is the new Gloss Bomb stick, and this is called Is It Fussy? The new style. I've been seeing these everywhere and I like this, you all. I like the shine and the color. I didn't have to add a gloss to it, so this works for me. As always, details on everything on my face will be in the description box below, as well as all the fragrances and things I discussed today will be linked and or tagged, so you do not have to ask questions about it. Next up, we have fragrance of the day. This one is also newer to my collection, and this is Clean Classic Strawberry Fields. This is their new spring release. They kindly sent it over to me to try out and check it out, and I am enjoying it. I smell fresh and clean, but with a strawberry touch. We'll get into this fragrance at a later date, but alas, I want to tell you all about it today because I am wearing it. And this again is Clean Classic Strawberry Fields. And now let's get into this here sampling series video. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the one that I feel is like the most popular. This is the one that really put the brand on the map. For what I have gathered, whether you're on the YouTube, fragrance community, Instagram, or TikTok, it does not matter. This is the scent that is always talked about, and this was the scent that made me go, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and order a sample because the girls keep talking about it year after year. I forgot to move to the side because of course I have pictures of all the fragrances, but back to the fragrance, we're gonna be talking about Fleur Narcotique. Yes, this scent has been out for years, by the way. This scent is loved. A lot of people say it's their signature scent. A lot of people say it was their wedding scent. I'm like, oh, for a scent to come up as a wedding fragrance for a lot of people, that's really saying something about how strongly people feel about it, because you don't wear just anything on your wedding day. I'm just saying. So I'm like, okay, let's get into it. So with Fleur Narcotique, you all, we have notes of bergamot, lychee, and peach. I love that. In the heart, y'all, we have jasmine, peony, and orange blossom. And then in the base, y'all, we have transparent woods, moss, and musk. So for me, when I read the notes of this, when I was picking out my samples and things, I said, I don't hate any of these. So this should be good in theory. And yes, I tried it on, right? So naturally, of course, I wore this one first, played in it. This was a love at first sniff. I completely understand the hype of this scent. This is beautiful. I get the peach, I get the peony, I get the transparent woods and moss. I get all of that. This right here is my kind of scent. This is what I would classify as a signature scent for my scent profile, which is fruity, floral, and fresh. That is what I love. And while we're here on Fleur Narcotique, I'm gonna go ahead and get something off my chest because this is a comparison that kept coming up with this scent, and I'm like, what? A lot of people have compared Fleur Nakati to this right here. This is Parfums de Marly Valaya, right? You all have heard me talk about Valaya a million times. I've done this dedicated review. As you all know, Valaya was my wedding scent. So we're gonna talk about feel strongly about a fragrance. That's how I feel about Valaya, right? People said these two smell the same. I know Quentin Beach has made both of them, but y'all, they do not smell the same to me. That is like the biggest lie to me in fragrance community, in perfume talk. No, no. This is citrus aldehydic, and the akigaya wood in here is strong. This is way louder of a fragrance, way more just projecting, louder, just all of that. Know that these two scents do not smell the same, but be very clear, I love them. I love both of them. So I just want to go ahead and clear that up. Fleur Narcotique does not smell like Valaya to me, absolutely not. However, though, to me, what I more so put Fleur Narcotique in the same category with, and it's kind of the same realm, they're cousins to me, not exactly the same, and I love this scent so much. And to me, it is actually more so in the realm of this right here. This is Bond No. 9's Greenwich Village. You all know Greenwich Village is the scent that started my whole Bond No. 9 collection. I recently ranked my Bond No. 9 fragrances, and this is still #1 years later. So that's telling you how I feel about it. Has a lot of similar notes. There's peony, there's some lychee in here and things too. But I'm just telling you, Fleur Narcotique is actually closer to Greenwich Village than it is to Valaya. And even still, I deem them worthy enough to have all 3 in my collection. So I just want to go ahead and get that off of my chest. But I also want to say too, I recognize Fleur Narcotique has now recently blown back up, rather shall I say, on TikTok because of Hailey Bieber. From what I'm understanding, the young girls are saying that's her scent. She talks about Ex Nihilo, so that's why this scent is having a resurgence, and rather this house. I want to go ahead and say that. But back to Fleur Narcotique, this is absolutely worth the hype to me. Full bottle worthy. Yes. Now, right after Fleur Nakati, this scent gets a lot of hype too, in my opinion. This one is now starting to have a wave and a run in the fragrance community from this house. And this is Lust in Paradise. Plus, I gotta say, I like the name. When I read that, I said, okay, the name is cute. Let's see what the notes are giving. So with Lust in Paradise, y'all, we have pink pepper, white peony, and lychee. And then the base, y'all, we have white cedarwood, musk, and amber. Again, I read all of these notes and I say to myself, yes, I don't see anything that I hate. I'm okay with it. So with Lust in Paradise, I love this. But here's the thing, this was not a love at first sniff, and I'm explaining. So when I first spray my samples, whenever I get them in, I always spray all of them out on test strips and let them sit out. So I do a first impressions on paper, and then I do a next round of sampling them on skin. So that is how I do my sampling of any type of fragrance. So just so you know, it's not just a, ooh, I just popped it out the box, sprayed it on paper, and I'm gonna talk about it with y'all. I don't do that. That's not a real review. Not a real first impressions. So anywho, with Lust in Paradise, I sprayed this on paper, and really, I couldn't smell it at first. I was like, well, what is this? I don't smell nothing. I had to like shove it all the way up my nose basically in order to like get any type of scent. I was like, why are everybody hyping this up? That's why I test on skin too, right? Exactly. However, sprayed this on my skin, right? Completely different situation. Sprayed it on my skin and went about my day doing everything I had to do, doing all my work, everything. And I kept getting wafts of something that smelled really, really good. And it was this. It was Lust in Paradise. This is fresh, this is feminine. The peony is the star of the show for me in this scent. And then there's that musky dry down. This is femininity. This is excellent. This has potential to be one of my summer signature scents. I've already started working on my list for summer and my fragrances I'm gonna be reaching for that season. I'm gonna need a bottle of this. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Lust in Paradise will be on my summer wish list. This is pretty. This is sunny weather, sundress, sandals. He's just happy. Again, femininity in a bottle, and it has an airy quality about it. Not to smell it, you think, oh, it's gonna be light and not last. This is a scent you will still smell on you 6-7 hours later. And I'm impressed by that. Even though you would think based on how it's done and built up, and it was the same with Fleur Nakati, you would think like, oh, I can't really smell it after maybe a little bit. I can smell these scents. They are still on you hours later. So when people complain about longevity with this house, I'm like, that is not my experience. These last on me, and I still get compliments when I wear them because all of these have been compliment magnets so far. I'm talking about Fleur Narcotique as well as Lust in Paradise. I need a bottle of this too. Lust in Paradise is completely worth the hype as well. This is another one that's also now getting hyped up by Hailey Bieber on TikTok too. So if you notice it's sold out, now you know why. But Lust in Paradise is actually worth the hype. It really is. Next up, we have one that was recommended to me over from my TikTok audience, and this is Gold Immortals. We have pear, bergamot, ylang, peony, tonka bean, musk, and amber. All of these, I'm like, in general, I should like this, right? Now, I don't know about that ylang note. I was like, we're gonna see what that's gonna do. But of course, we're here, we got a sample of it. We're gonna try it out, right? This is loud. This is loud and not in a good way because this was almost good, but I'm really convinced it is that ylang note in here. It makes it have a ting. Like it stings my nose, like actually stings my nostrils. It's almost giving my nose hairs about to burn off. And I don't like it. On paper, this is loud, and on skin, I got annoyed by it. So we finally have a no. So this one is super loud. In fact, this was the loudest one out of all of the ones I'm gonna talk about today. And it's also the one I don't like. So Gold Immortals, I'm definitely glad I sampled this one first because this is a no. I don't like it. It's not good. That one note just overshadows everything else, and it's just a no for me. Next up, this is another one I noticed doesn't really get talked about, but it's constantly sold out. So I'm like, okay, this might be what you call one of those popular in real life, not on social media type of fragrances, and that happens a lot. The next thing we have is Iris Porcelana. Now this one I was already tuned in because if you know me, elves, y'all know I love a good iris note. I am a iris lover because it gives a powdery floral effect is what it is. So with Iris Porcelana, we have notes of violet leaf accord, then we have iris and rose in the middle, and then the base, y'all, we have sandalwood, musk, and cedarwood. So again, looking at this, I'm not mad at anything. Nothing in here is sticking out to me that scares me like in the previous one. So I'm like, okay, this should be good. You know, this should be good. Let's see. Immediately, yes. Immediately, yes. This is soft life. This is quiet luxury. This is powdery. This is elegance. This is clean girl. But clean girl that grew up and turned into clean girl woman. Oh yes, full bottle worthy. Full bottle worthy. This is giving if you know, you know. That is what I like about this one. Powdery, musky. I get the woodiness in here. I do get the violet in here too. But as I continue to wear this scent, y'all, it started to hit. I'm like, why do I like this? Why do I like this? I'm like, wait a minute, it's reminded me of something else. However, this is like a better version of it. And the scent that came to mind, this is why you gotta dig through your collection when you do these sampling series videos, y'all. This one right here. Iris Porcelana is the bougie cousin, the grown-up cousin to Mojave Ghost. That's how it smells to me, because when I smell them side by side, I get the violet leaf and everything. They have a similar DNA. The best way to explain it, Mojave Ghost is your bohemian cousin. Iris Porcelana is your cousin that went to an Ivy League school. That's just the best way to do it. From the same family, all that, but they just went different paths. That's just how I feel it. And then Iris Porcelana just became more refined. That's where we are. So I say that to say, if you enjoy Mojave Ghost, but you want this to be a little bit more refined, and oh, by the way, better performance too, I think you will enjoy Iris Porcelana like I did. So for that reason, Iris Porcelana is absolutely full bottle worthy for me. Now this next one has been having a moment as well because people love the original version of it. Now we're going to get into an Extrait. So not only did I order a sample of Fleur Nakati, you all, I decided to order its Extrait version. So yes, I got a sample of this too, because I'm like, okay, I know me. Normally, if I end up liking one version of it and they come out with an enhanced version, an Extrait version, I'm normally going to like it. Like 99% of the time I do, right? So let's get into Fleur Narcotique, the Extrait version. We have top notes of bergamot, lychee, and osmanthus. In the heart, y'all, we have peony, orange blossom, jasmine, and freesia. And then in the base, we have sandalwood, oak moss, and musk. So this right here, I was like, okay, Extrait, I like the original. So I went into this one with high expectations, high hopes, right? This is interesting to me because normally I'm like, oh, I'm immediately gonna need an Extrait. I'm gonna need it. I don't necessarily feel like I need to run out and get this immediately. I like it, I don't love it. So this is just like the original, but it's not as bright. It's kind of thicker, which to be fair, it is an Extrait, which means more perfume oil concentration. This is thicker. This is kind of more syrupy to me. It's more syrupy, but it doesn't necessarily project louder. It didn't necessarily last longer to me on my skin than the original. I would wear this one at night. I would wear the original at daytime. I would wear the Extrait at night. This is a situation of, if I could find this at a real good discount at a deal, then I would get it. But do I feel like I need it full strength, full retail value, all that? I don't feel like that about this scent. It would be a nice to have, but I don't need it. That's just the best way to put it. Like, it's okay, but it didn't wow me. It didn't make me feel like, oh yeah, they truly took the original from one level to a next level. I feel like it only went like a half step up. It didn't go a full level up. That's how I feel. So it's cute. So I'm not quite ready to say, oh yes, I need a full size bottle of it. I don't feel that way about the Extrait. Like, it's just okay to me. But again, I'm not saying I won't end up with it. I just won't end up with a bottle right now. That's like the best way to put that. So it's good, but not great. And that again is Fleur Nakati, the Extrait version. Next up, this was another one that was recommended to me from my TikTok elves, and I appreciate that. This one is called Santal Calling, which I'm like, okay, Santal is in the name, so I'm like, okay, this one gonna be kind of woody. So with Santal Calling, we have notes of nutmeg and milky accord. And then in the heart, y'all, we have iris, rose, and cashmerian. And then in the base, we have musk, sandalwood, and vanilla. I love this. It's creamy and it's woody. I love this. And interesting enough, I threw this one on the day I sampled this one on a whim because I was in a rush. I had to get somewhere. I was like, I'm just throw it on. Let's just see what happens, which is kind of risky, but especially when you're sampling because you don't know what you're going to get. So I really did take a risk that day because I actually had to really be gone all day. And I said, oh, sprayed it on. I kept getting wafts of this. Oh, I was like, what is this creamy, woody goodness? This is really good. Luckily, I had left the sample out on my desk so I wasn't like confused. Okay, like, what is this? I knew what it was. And I was like, oh, it's this one. It's Santal Calling. I love this. I love this. This is a sandalwood I can get behind. This is how I like my sandalwoods, where they're on the creamier side and not as heavy on the woodier side. This is good. It's kind of powdery too the more it dries down. And you know what? It's because of that milky accord. Now that I'm sitting here looking at the notes, that milky accord helps to round it out. And there's vanilla in here too. I'm with this. Santal Calling, I want it. I want this. This is excellent, y'all. And that again is Santal Calling. This is a win. This is a yes. Next up, we have the newest release from the house, and this is called Spiky Muse, because I figured, okay, if I'm gonna go ahead and order the scents I've heard so much about, it's been recommended to me, of course, let me go ahead and order and sample the newest release from the house. It just makes sense. Plus, I'm pretty sure y'all want to hear about it anyway, right? So with Spiky Muse, we have notes of upcycled natural strawberry. That's so interesting. Bergamot and pink pepper. And then in the heart, y'all, we have rose absolutes and pistachio accord. And then in the base, we have cedar wood, akigaya wood, ambro fix, and tonka bean. So okay, I said, okay, they're gonna give us strawberry, pistachio, and some woody molecular notes. That's what this really is. I'm like, okay, let's see. Let's see. With Spiky Muse. For me, I don't like how the strawberry is done in this because it's extremely tart. It's to the point it's almost getting grapefruit, almost, but it's still strawberry, but it's like too tart. I prefer my fruits to be more jammy, not tart. So I wasn't here for this as much. And over time, y'all, as I continue to wear Spiky Muse, I was like, okay, where's the pistachio? It comes out later over time as you continue to wear it, so it's not an immediate scent. So I would not immediately call this like, ooh, this is a pistachio scent. I'm not gonna say that. It's not, because the tartness of that strawberry stays. And then you get into the molecular notes of the ambro fix, and then you get into the akigaya wood. This to me is a summer scent. It's cool, but I'm like, I'm not in love with it. This is one, it's a no right now, but of course I'm gonna hold on to my sample because you know, that's what we always do. Our opinions can change. But right now I'm like, it's not speaking to me. But I do feel like this would be better in the summertime, so that's why I'm gonna revisit it then. So if you see it in a video later on, a few months from now, don't be shocked. But I'm not in love with this right now. I'm not loving this right now at all. So this again is Spiky Muse, the newest release from the house. And the last fragrance we're gonna talk about from this house, this one got a lot of buzz too. This was the release that came out before the current one, the Spiky Muse we just talked about. And this is Blue Talisman. Yes, I heard a lot of hype with this one out of the guys in particular, and some of the ladies too. So this one I was like, okay, it must be unisex. But let's get into the notes, y'all. So we have notes of bergamot, ginger, and mandarin, and pear. Then in the heart, we have orange blossom and Georgia wood. And then in the base, we have akigaya wood, musk, and ambro fix. So I said, okay, this is gonna be zingy. Zingy, molecular, and woody based on the notes. So of course, I tested it out and wore it and everything, all that. And my predictions were correct. I got citrus. The ginger is gingering. This is like drinking a ginger ale to me, or like a ginger beer. Just in your face ginger is what it's giving. To me, it goes fresh and then with that woody dry down. And then interesting enough, now this one I was kind of on the fence about, but I just came around, came home and everything, and I had on, he's like, what do you have on? I was like, you can smell it? He's like, yeah, whatever it is, it smells really good. He likes this. And I was like, okay. Then I thought about it, I said, it makes sense. I noticed this one tended to be more unisex. So I'm like, okay, that checks out. But I'm gonna tell y'all what this is really giving to me. Blue Talisman smells like the unisex, leaning masculine version of Valaya to me. This is for the guys. If you like how Valaya smells on the women, or you feel like it's too feminine of a scent and you wish it was a little bit more masculine, get Blue Talisman. That is what I'm getting from this. Just add ginger. So it's good, but for me, I'm not gonna wear it. I'm just not gonna wear it. I don't hate it, but I'm just not gonna wear it. I just feel like, again, I think this would be better on him than it would be on me. So there's that. But I did want to try it out, and that again is Blue Talisman. So all right, everyone, that wraps up this edition of a sampling series video, a house overview video, and this is the house of X Nihilo. I realize I didn't tell you all this because I know somebody's going to ask me this, but I ordered my samples from J.U.S Perfumery out of San Francisco. I've ordered samples from them before. I don't have a code, I'm not affiliated. This is not sponsored, none of that. I just ordered them, spent my own money because I saw they had them, and here we are. But yes, I got them from them, J.U.S. out of San Francisco. They're pretty cool. They have a lot of stuff. I like them for that. So also too, they give you like a discount code when you order to use within like 30 days whenever you order samples, so you can get something else like a full-size bottle at a discount. So you know, we like that. But yeah, y'all, let me know what we think about these scents. Do you agree with my assessment? Oh, by the way, I have 2 full-size bottles from the house because I'm enjoying them. So I picked up a bottle of Explicite because this was the scent I first ever smelled that I said, okay, I do want something from the house. So I did pick this up. You all saw it in my March haul video, and then you all have seen this in other videos, so you knew it was coming. I did pick up a 100 ml size of Fleur Narcotique, the original version, because again, I fell in love with it. This is a yes. So yes, y'all, I went from 0 to 2 cents. Plus now my wish list has gotten longer because I'm enjoying this house. Overall, I'm a fan of how this house does fragrances. I'm with it. This was a win. Glad I did this sampling series just for my personal interest. Let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments below because I know y'all gonna do that. And yes, I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye y'all.